Morning to you. You're watching the Channel M Breakfast Show on Tuesday, the 5th of May. I'm Michelle Eagleton.
And I'm Phil Trow, and this month is Michelle's first wedding anniversary, which she's been preparing for frantically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but her wedding, as glamorous as it was, wasn't quite up to a wedding that was held yesterday. This is a wedding that was held on May the 4th, and the reason for that is because May the 4th be with you. It's a Star Wars wedding. Look at that.
Fantastic.
Now, I have to say, we have a collection here of the weirdest people ever. Jedi do. I love these two on the end there. Just there. Yeah.
I like Chewbacca, to be honest with you.
What have they come as? That's quite ridiculous, isn't it?
Maybe they couldn't afford the proper costumes. Maybe they've got something from an alternative shop. But it is quite a trend now. Not just the Star Wars-themed weddings. Last week, you saw a couple that got married as Shrek and Princess Fiona. So maybe I missed out on something. Maybe I could have ended up having, like, a bad hair day and just got away by saying it was some kind of ridiculous theme.
I think I'd quite like a Little Britain wedding.
Little Britain?
Yeah, when they say, do you take... I don't like it.
That would be a good one. Do you know what, though? First wedding anniversaries are a nightmare because it's paper, your first wedding anniversary, and I haven't got a clue what to get the other half. So if anybody out there knows...
There you go. There's your present.
That would be good. Do then email in, give me some suggestions, breakfast@channelm.co.uk, because my poor Justin won't get a sausage. He probably will get this piece of paper.
In a few minutes, we've got the latest sports headlines, and Manny Pacquiao will be talking about his second-round victory against Ricky Hatton at the weekend. But first, today's news. Here's James.
Good morning. These are Tuesday's main headlines. A 6-year-old girl from Stockport has been left with 60% burns after her dress caught fire as she danced near to a gas fire. Ikra Ashraf is in Booth Hall Hospital being given morphine to fight the pain on her legs and torso. She's expected to stay there for up to a month. Her two sisters saved her life, with one of them putting the flames out with her bare hands while the other phoned for an ambulance. An unoccupied former block of flats in Trafford has been badly damaged by fire. At its height, 45 firefighters had to deal with the blaze at the 3-storey building on Stretford Road last night. 999 crews found flames all the way up to the roof when they arrived and had to shut off the road outside for several hours. A toddler from Whitefield who was given a life-saving liver and intestine transplant last November has died. Ethan Collins' parents had fought to make sure he was given the 10-hour operation after being born prematurely with a rare condition. They say their son fought for life right till the end, and he fell asleep with no wires attached and no machines beeping. In a statement, they've called him the bravest, strongest and most amazing child anyone could ever meet. Leaflets will start getting delivered to every house in the country later, giving advice on swine flu. The number of confirmed cases in the UK has now reached 27. 5 schools have been closed after pupils fell ill. Officials are using the leaflets to explain how to stop the disease spreading and also what to do if you do get sick. An investigation is on after a pensioner from Beswick disappeared from a ward in Manchester Royal Infirmary and managed to walk 40 miles without anyone noticing. 82-year-old Gladys Jones was being treated for a suspected heart attack when she walked from the Oxford Road site and was eventually found at a B&B in Chester, close to where her husband is buried. Her son claims more than an hour passed between his mother's disappearance and the hospital telling the family and the police. A pregnant British woman who could get the death penalty in Asia will get support and advice from a UK official and a lawyer later. Samantha Orobator is waiting to go on trial, accused of drug smuggling, and would be executed by a firing squad if convicted. She's been in jail there since last August, and British authorities have only been allowed to spend 20 minutes with her once a month since learning of her arrest. Now, ask most 13-year-olds what they get up to in their spare time, and you'd expect them to say maybe spending time with their friends or playing the computer. But not for one teenager from Ardwick. Latoya Reisner spends her time helping out Euro MP Arlene McCarthy. Every Wednesday, when many of her schoolmates are doing paper rounds, she gives her team a hand in the office. The schoolgirl now says she's dreaming of a future political career. Next, if it's a while since you left school, the different activities on the curriculum might come as a bit of a surprise, like building a boat or going sailing for a week. And that's exactly what pupils at one Greater Manchester school have been doing.
Well, this certainly beats a double mathematics lesson. while fellow pupils at Bolton School are wrestling with tricky algebra questions. These Year 8 lads are preparing to set sail on the Irish Sea. The 48-feet-long tenacity of Bolton has been built by successive years of pupils at Bolton School.
The first parts of the boat were built in 1998. And gradually over the years, over the next 10 years, she's been put fully together and eventually launched here at Glastondock 2 years ago.
What sort of tasks will the boys be doing?
We've set up a watch system already, so we've got 2 watches on board. We've got a port watch and a starboard watch. So at any one time there'll be 1 watch up on deck sailing the boat and manning the boat and navigating the boat, and the other team might be downstairs sorting out lunch or the next meal, or keeping the boat tidy, or maybe even just having some downtime waiting for their watch to come on.
So what's for tea then?
Chicken korma tonight. Tonight I'm doing the cleaning up after they've cooked the dinner.
What's the sort of the bigger picture? What's the real point of all of this?
The real point is really to get these lads out and learn a lot about working within a team in a small enclosed space, which can be really quite a stressful environment at times.
The crew of 9 pupils and 3 experienced adult sailors won't set off from Glastondock in Lancaster until the tide and the weather is right. But meanwhile, the lads say they can't wait.
Oh, it's going to be great fun, and I think everyone's going to enjoy it while we're out.
Kevin Duffy for Channel M News.
That's all for now. I'll be back with the Channel M lunchtime news at 12 noon, and don't forget to join Auntie Crane at 5 tonight for all of the day's main headlines. Now, though, here's Phil and Mike with the sport.
Really interesting time of year at the moment. Obviously, the boxing at the weekend. We've got Champions League this week, and also, with it being the end of the football season for a lot of clubs, a lot of speculation and rumours already today.
According to The Guardian, Manchester United have just offered £60 million for Bayern Munich's Ribery, the right winger, which means, according to my maths anyway, Cristiano Ronaldo could be on his way to Real Madrid at the end of the season. And speaking of Ronnie, he said that the red London bus was the first thing he ever saw in this country, and he's going to buy one and stick it in his garden, so when his nieces and nephews come over, they can play in it. But how's he going to get it to Madrid? That's what I want to know.
It could be like Cliff Richard in Summer Holiday, couldn't he?
He could. Probably sings better than Cliff Richard anyway. Joey Barton's agent insists that he wants to stay at Newcastle despite being sent off at the weekend. But all rumours this morning from Newcastle, they seem to suggest that Barton has played his last game for the club, having been sent off over the weekend. He had a bust-up with Alan Shearer after the game. He's been fined 2 weeks' wages, so I don't think we'll see Barton playing in a black and white striped shirt again. God knows where his career is going to go after that. And a final one, Mark Robins, former United crowd favourite, is Norwich favourite to take over after Brian Gunn failed to keep the side in the Championship. So, interesting times for Mark Robins.
Defeat at the weekend, of course, from Middlesbrough, Sunderland, Hull and Newcastle. Who's your money on to go down? Yeah.
I'll go for Hull to stay up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. That goes against what most people are saying at the moment, isn't it?
Well, we like to be Maverick, don't we? I hate the others more than I hate Hull.
Let's talk about this evening's Champions League action.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game down at the Emirates. United lead 1-0 from the first leg. The early morning team news from both camps for you is that Robin van Persie returns for Arsenal, but they are without several players. Silvestre, Arshavin, Eduardo and Gael Clichy are all out. For United, not much to tell you about this morning. Ferdinand and Evra are both available. It's their 6th successive Champions League semi-final. But another worrying statistic is Arsenal have yet to concede a goal in their 5 Champions League games at the Emirates all season. So people expecting either a goal fest or perhaps a sneaky 1-0 win for Arsenal, with the game going to extra time, maybe even penalties. United have lost 3 semi-finals on penalties already. Ferguson insists they won't lose another one tonight. Strong words from Fergie.
Do you think if Arshavin hadn't been cup-tied, it would be a different semi-final?
Absolutely, yeah, because he really is a big game player. It's his first season. He struggled to adapt. He's coming into form now, which is quite ironic, really. Everyone else has peaked during the summer. He's just coming into form now. I think they will miss him, but I think they might just sneak it tonight.
There'll be some interesting tactics tonight, aren't there? Because obviously it could all come down to the away goal, couldn't it?
Absolutely, it could do. And, you know, it could be blood and guts for 90 minutes, or it could be cagey for 89, who knows. But either way, it's going to be a great game. It's on later on, and we'll have highlights in the morning as well.
OK, from one end of the football spectre to the other, from Champions League to Unibond playoffs.
The Unibond League One North playoff. Curzon Ashton, we followed them all season. They had a fantastic run in the FA Cup. The league form suffered as a result. They inched their way into the playoffs. They went up to Newcastle at the weekend to face Blue Star, and here are the highlights.
Brayson looking to turn, penalty! Brayson from the spot, and scores! First blood, Newcastle Blue Star. Looking for Ogu. He might get there. James Ogu, he does. Norton coming in. Curzon have equalised. Lovely touch here for Webb. Newcastle score. Convery, good try. Brilliant. Brayson. Just thinks it up. The header coming in. It's in the back of the net. Newcastle Blue Star are on the way to the Unibond Premier Division.
We're just saying that obviously the lads are very, very disappointed. We feel that we had the game, you know, we felt we were really in the ascendancy. We didn't want at half time to come. I thought they looked tired, they looked broken, and we were so confident the second half, you know, coming out for the second half, trying to calm us down, and then just a couple of 5 minutes of madness and we're 3-1 down. You know, we give the ball away, we thought cheap, and the right back scored after a minute of the second half, and then the free kick 3-1, and then we lost our shape, and it's a hot day, and I thought it was some tired legs, adrenaline, and just tired lads.
And away from the sunshine there, pictures in the newspaper this morning of Ricky Hatton enjoying the sunshine in Las Vegas, which is really all he's going to take from this particular weekend, isn't it?
A thumping headache and a couple of £1 million in the bank as well. Should he retire? Well, I think it probably should. And I think he should have retired after the Mayweather defeat. This one's only proved what everybody thought. He was probably out of his depth at world level. Lee Beard, his assistant trainer, I think he hints that time is right for Hatton to step down.
I mean, there's been no rush. He's made a stack of money, and he mentioned the fans. You know, it hurts him. Like, you know, he really he was dying to win this. You know what I mean, for the fans as well. You know, but it's, you know, the fans have, you know, they came out in thousands again for him, and like I think that affects him mentally as well. Like, you know, it hurts him, you know, beyond all extremes. But you know, it's all about what he wants to do. You know, don't carry on fighting for the fans, or you know, you got to think of your health as well. You know, he got caught with some big shots in there. If it maybe gone 6 to 8 rounds, more wear and tear, but you know, he got caught early. You know, it was only a second round early, and he got caught. I mean, he was hurt a few times before, and he went down.
Obviously, the victor would have been delighted at his weekend's work.
He didn't have a party. He actually went training the day after. And
Did he really?
Well, probably had that much energy left to dispel, didn't he? Whereas Hatton was flat on his back. He was up. He went for a long run. Take a look at him. There's not a mark on Manny Pacquiao.
Before the fight, a lot of people saying that I'm small and 140 pounds, and Ricky Hatton is bigger than me, but I didn't put that in my mind, and I still believe that my body is bigger than Ricky, but he's still, with respect, he's still a good fighter, and I mean, he's big and strong. I'm just lucky tonight, and you know. The last punch is a left hook, and I believe that it's a hard punch, and I believe that he cannot get up.
Well done to Manny Pacquiao. Those that stayed up till 4:30 on Sunday morning at least enjoyed some boxing, didn't they, earlier on?
Would have been in bed at 4:32, wouldn't they?
About that, yeah.
They would have their lights out at the same time as Ricky.
That's about right, because there was some decent boxing, wasn't there, Saturday night?
Yeah, up in Sunderland. Tony Jeffries just sat on the couch with us a couple of days ago. He had his second professional win, and Jamie Moore defended his European light middleweight title as well. That was a good win for him. Morsey now on course for a world title fight in New York, probably in September, and if ever there was a more deserving boxer, I'd like to meet him.
Yeah, so congratulations to them, commiserations to Ricky.
Absolutely.
Thanks for that, Mike.
No
You're
worries.
going to come and join us for a bit of bread shortly?
Maybe.
OK, it's National Bread Week, and we shall be celebrating that fact with a big table full of sardies. That's on the way in a couple of moments' time.